Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I am doing a November reflections, November favorites, my tarot journal, my dream journal, yada yada yada. You get the picture. So this might be a little bit longer, or maybe not. We'll see how quickly I can get through it. So I wanted to really quick talk about the books that I have gone through. I have not done much as far as books go in November. I'm almost done with the Convoluted Universe 2. And then I'm getting ready to start with Convoluted Universe 3 by Dolores Cannon. I've still been continuing to look through the Andy Matzner books that he sent me, which are just wonderful. And I use those in my, along with my monthly stuff. But that's really about it for books. Other than the books that I get with like my decks and stuff that I'm working with. So shows that I really have liked in November, and some of those are continuing on in December. One is Yellowstone. My husband and I both love that show. And that started back up, so we've been watching that every week. Another series that I watched on Netflix was called Another Life, which has to do with exploring in space and these beings that they come into contact with that are like light beings, and also like do artificial intelligence, what is it? Like installing like hardware and stuff into people. But it's really good. It's really, really good. Another one that I've watched a few episodes of on Netflix is Sex, Love, and Goop. And that is being hosted by Gwyneth Paltrow and another lady. And it's just like couples sex therapy and stuff like it's really good. I mean, it's surprising how oh my god, how deep it is. Seriously, it's really good. If you get a chance, check it out. Another one I've been watching on just a little bit here and there. I'm not that far in it, maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and that is called Hellbound. This is a series that is set around like having like an angel come and tell like a declaration that you're gonna die on such and such a date, and then these demons from the underworld are coming and taking people, because they're sinners. So anyways, it's pretty good. Another one I've been enjoying, now this is on Amazon Prime, is Hannah, and I think there's like 3 or 4 seasons of that, and I'm binging that. And that's really good. That's about a young lady who was part of like a special program through a government, and there was a whole bunch of they're all little girls that were like engineered. There was stuff done to their genetics in order to make them into, I think that they want them as like fighting soldiers and stuff like that. And this is like her story. It's really good. Another one I'm really enjoying that just started on Amazon Prime Video, I think the beginning of November actually, and it's called Wheel of Time, and that has to do with magic and sorcery and like this dragon being coming back, and a sisterhood of they're kind of like witches, but they're like elementals. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. And we're also watching Star Trek Discovery, which is really, really good. So, all right, I wanted to get through those really quick. So, what new decks did I get in November? I got 3 new decks in November. I got the Llewellyn Tarot. And oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I just boxed it up in order to bring it down here because I've been working with it upstairs, but which I have it out, but it's too hard to bring all this stuff down, you know, just loose. Cards would be everywhere. Whoops, making sure I'm in it. This is the Llewellyn Tarot. It is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This is another one of those, Dawn Michelle made me do it, but she really didn't. But oh my gosh, I seen her copy and she's like painted her copy. She loves her copy, and it's like just, there's no wording on it or anything, because she's just cut it down to the artwork and then she's painted over it. And hers is just stunning. So, but yeah, I've seen this deck so many times, and I don't know why I hadn't got it, but I've been working with it quite a bit. Not necessarily marking it all down in my tarot journal, but just doing quick little readings and stuff with it. And I love it. I think it's so beautiful. It's so romantic. The book is great. It's Llewellyn. Another one I got. Oops, sorry. Hopefully he's... Okay. So another one I got was the Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels. This is so cool. It's so beautiful. It is the first and only vampire deck that I have. I think it is really cool. And I got it, I believe, the beginning of November. And then I edged it in like that red, like blood red. I think I used two different reds, a darker and then a lighter over it or something. I can't remember. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So yeah. Look at that. Very cool. Okay, so, and then I got one more new deck in November, which is this one, the Runic Tarot. I think this is so friggin' excellent because I am, you know, trying to learn the runes, but I take on so many things, so it's like a slow process. I'm like slowly getting it because it's not like my #1 thing that I focus on. But I thought this would be kind of cool because this is actually the first tarot system that I've seen that actually puts a whole bunch of different runes actually on the cards. And the artwork is so cool. It definitely reminds me of the Viking series, which I loved. How stunning, yeah. It's definitely very just Viking themed. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. I love this deck. So those were the 3 new decks that I got this month. Now let me get on to my tarot journal. And then, all right, that's my dream journal. Okay, so this is my, let me see if I'm in the, okay. This is my November tarot journal pages. So what I do each month is I did my year ahead spread. These are, okay, so for my numerology, these are my numerology numbers for each month. These are the cards that I drew for each month, and this is the rune that I drew for each month. And I do those in my year ahead spread, which I do every October 31st. So, my number, my 2 cards, and my rune. And a little bit of a write-up about that. I also draw, oh, and I forgot to bring down my, although you guys have seen it, my Divine Muses deck. I used that, and the one that I pulled this month happened to be the Wounded Healer, which is all about your Chiron in your astrological, birth chart, and mine happens to be in Pisces in my 9th house. Chiron is all about the things that we have to heal from ourselves early in life, and as we get older, then we can become a healer of, kind of thing. That's kind of like just taking like a short way around it. But so mine happens to be in my 9th house of Pisces, and so I can help heal emotionally things and by taking on other suffering. And those are areas of Dharma, spirituality, religion, and inner knowing, which is the house, because the house is based off of Sagittarius, which that is my sun sign is also Sagittarius. So, anywho, and then I also drew for another monthly card from the Journey of Love deck, which is so gorgeous. I love this. Is Alana Fairchild, Rasuli, and Richard Cohn, or Kahn. But look at these cards. So I actually drew for this one, She is the Moon. And in that one, there is a poem for like each one of them, which I just love, and I think they're so beautiful. So that's what I wrote. See, here's the whole write-up. And then for that particular card, the poem. So that's what I wrote in here, along with, some like moon face sticker and stuff. And I write down what decks I'm using so that I can go back and easily remember. Well, let me read that to you. It's so beautiful. These moments are precious, like jewels of the crown of life, on the crown of life. They beckon my heart, forming memories that sparkle with joy. And like the longing of a sweet caress, they draw me near, melting into one, showing what is possible on the journey of life, waiting for the seasons change. I thought that was so appropriate with it being November, as we go from our like 60, 50, and 60 weather down to like 30-degree weather. And it being much, much colder at night. So I just thought that was beautiful. So I added it. This was my first week. And what I did for my first week, I've just been trying something different this month, just trying to keep it simple, because I do other tarot as well that I keep in another personal little journal that's not for sharing. But I do a short little, just like 3-card, what I'm supposed to be releasing, advice from spirit or my higher self, what I should be embracing or focusing on. Just a little write-up, and I'm having fun just decorating it a little bit. This was the Spellcrafters Tarot, which is so gorgeous. It's also Llewellyn, I believe. Yeah. Just to show you a few really quick. This is so pretty. So, I don't really need to go any further than that. Just, follow my bliss. So this is really what I was excited to show you guys. I am actually taking like my 2 cards that I, draw for every month. And I'm using my spread machine. I am each month drawing. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so with this spread machine, there are different categories. So first for my seeker because there's 5 prompts for each month's cards. I am just my initial thoughts on what my cards are. Then I have a focus area. So I shuffle these. Well, shuffle them like this. And then whatever flies out, that's the focus area that I'm supposed to be focusing on for those particular cards for the month in order to narrow it down for myself. And then the next part of that is the light work. So here's a whole bunch of the cards that are for light work. So every month I will also shuffle the cards. The one that I get, that's what I focus on for that particular, for those particular cards. And I do that. There's shadow work. So see, I'm doing shadow work all the time. I don't just do shadow work at a certain time of year. It's like an ongoing, all the time kind of thing, because I feel like if you really want to know yourself, that is the best way to do it. I mean, all the, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So then that's what I do, is draw one from the shadow work for those particular monthly cards, and then a call to action, which there's several different categories. So there's processing, there's success, there's expansion, and there's, I thought there was one more. Oh, boundary. So I just go through, shuffle one, and whatever one I get, so those are what I focus on for my monthly stuff. And I was really, you'll tell, I don't really keep a certain theme. I just go from week to week or whatever, just whatever I feel like. I'm not keeping a theme, nothing, just whatever feels right for that particular time. So I do have, one second. Okay, sorry, just wanted to get those out of the way. So then we move on to the next week, and these were my cards again. Like, these were what I was supposed to be focusing on, and, gosh, I can't remember now. Maybe I just drew those two. I can't remember because I didn't put it down, but this is what I was supposed to release. This is probably what I was supposed to embrace. And this was my oracle card, but I also use the I Ching messages that come with it and all that good stuff and just put it in there. So then we get to my 3rd week of November, and I was using the Chrysalis Tarot, which is so pretty. And it just feels like this time of the year to me. So I also use those for my, weekly, with what I release, my advice, and what I'm supposed to embrace, or so. And then what I'm doing is taking the particular cards that I'm using here, and also because I'm doing a deep study of the, Revelations, the Spirit Keepers deck with my sister. So I'm also taking whatever cards I get in one and putting it over into the other. So, and that was the I Ching message. And then last week, November 21st to the 27th, now I'm doing like, what is the energy? I change it up every once in a while. What is like the energy of the week? Where should I be putting my focus? And then advice from like my higher self or the universe or God or however you want to look at it. And yet again, I pulled out from the Spirit Keepers, which I'm using thoroughly pretty much always. And using the I Ching and getting my messages there. And then, so here, I want to show you just a few of these really quick. This is the Chrysalis Tarot. And with this, I was using the Llewellyn. I did not cut them down, but when I was copying my images, I cut them down to see what it would look like if I were to cut them down. And I like it. I think it would look really pretty. But I think I'm just going to leave those for right now because I really like what Dawn Michelle did. I don't like the writing necessarily. I don't know. I need to work with it for a while and see whether or not I can know this deck really, really well before I cut it down. Because I did end up doing it, and I did show it in my other video also, when I did the one spread, the pandemic spread. I did cut down my Druid Craft, and I've been using that a lot just in like somebody asks me to pull cards or whatever for them, and this is what I have on hand really quick. But I love how it turned out, and I know this deck well enough that I don't need the cards to tell me, but I'm brand new. I mean, I don't need the titles to show me what the cards are, but I am brand new to the Llewellyn Tarot, so, but eventually that's what I want to do. So that was it. I did not do one this last week, and I have to now set up for my December. And so I have to go back here, and my card for December is the moon. Manaz is my rune, and my numerological energy for December is 7. So that will all be put in here starting next. But I wanted to show you, this was something also that I did in November with Benabelwen had put this on her channel, and she's got the printouts with down below her video with the links where you can print these off. But these are using your horoscope or your birth chart in order to take a look at what your 12 keys for self-actualization would be, which are your inner mysteries and your outer mysteries. 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. Little man had to go out. So I thought this was really, really cool. So I did that. Oops, what is that? So that is my tarot journal. Other decks that I've worked with a little bit here and there are the Mystic Martian Oracle in November. So fun. Obviously my Runic Odyssey Oracle. I think that's it. And then other than that, my gosh, so much dream work in November. It was a heavy month for me towards the beginning. The first, second, third, on the 3rd of November, I had like 3 dreams. And sometimes that happens. I definitely keep track of my dreams. I feel like if you don't, you're not making that, in my opinion, and maybe your memory is not as bad as mine, but I forget. And when I go back and read it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, but it like died down around the 20th. Oh no, it didn't. 22nd, 26th. Oh. So, I mean, it was sporadic, and I'm already starting heavy in December as well, but I always urge people to definitely, if you don't remember your dreams, maybe you don't want to remember your dreams, and that's plenty fine, but if you do want to remember your dreams, some of the things that I keep next to my bed is amethyst. I got my huge thing of amethyst that's up on my bedside table, and labradorite and smaller things of amethyst for my dreams, for like remembering, and for, that's what I like charge them for, is for like my dream remembering, and for like psychic awareness and stuff like that. So many of my dreams do end up coming to fruition in different ways sometimes. Sometimes I don't understand it until like 6 months later or whatever. But I feel like the more that we write it down, or at least this has been my experience, the more I write it down and make that commitment to it, the more that it continues to come to me. Because it's almost like me saying to myself, I have made the commitment to my higher self. I have made that commitment to my growth in this area. So, and I feel like I'm doing the same thing with my journals, my tarot journals and stuff. I'm just really, I have been feeling, you know, this just urge to get back to basics kind of thing, and just a major time of introspection and hermiting, and so that's what I love doing. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to show you really quick before I go. A beautiful lady, Abby, who I found her through, or met her through Abby the Witch, her channel. She's really, really good friends with Abby, and she had contacted me a while back in order to do some real sky astrology information for her. So I ran her chart and explained to her what like each one of them was in this house and blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, sent her on her way to do more explanation or exploration, but gave her like all the basics and talked to her a little bit about it. And she was so kind and made this for me. And it is just friggin' fabulous. Look at that. I mean, is that not the most beautiful thing ever? So I don't know. I'm going to contact her. And I'm not sure if she sells these. If she sells these, I will be putting a link down below in order to, you know, send you over to her site if she does sell them, because it's just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I just love it. You can feel the energy coming off this. It's just beautiful. Look at all that work that she put into it. That's like all hand burnt and then colored and stuff. I mean, it's just beautiful. And then she's got a coating on it of something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a polyurethane or whatever. I don't know. It's gorgeous though. And I am extremely grateful. And I wanted to you know, share it with you guys. And if she is selling them, making them custom or whatever, I will be putting a link down below, but I'm going to be contacting her and find out whether or not she is. So I might not have it right away in the description, but maybe check back within a couple of days. And if she does, I will have it in there for you, okay? So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you have enjoyed getting a peek into my tarot journal and my dream journal, just glimpses. I'm not really sharing too much of that. I mean, if you really want to know some of them, contact me. I don't know if I really want to put them out there, but it is such a major part of my practice is my dream work. And yeah, it helps me with my discernment and stuff. So thank you for being here, and I am sending you love always. Thank you so much.